Hi there guys, it's Chris from Any Colour Car. I hope you're well. So for this week's video, we've got a few things going on. So we've got some really cool stock that's just come in, as you can probably tell. We've also got some sold cars to show you, and we've also got story time regarding a nightmare customer that we had just over a year ago, so stay tuned. So first of all, we're going to talk about this Jeep Wrangler that's literally just landed in stock with ourselves. We've had this a couple of days now, or up at the dealership, so we've had it in ourselves probably about 2 weeks now. A couple of bits that we've done in it, so obviously we service it, we're going to MOT it and prep it. But we've also stuck this big American flag on the side, which in my opinion really does look the part. I don't know if you're American, missing home, living in the UK, this is the vehicle for you. But there's so many cool little bits. It's obviously got this big spare, which really does make it look the part. And also, if you look just through there, it's also got the reversing camera, which is really cool. Also, come have a look at this, Lewis. So the eagle-eyed viewers might see that it's missing half the roof. So that is in the boot. So for example, on a day like this, you could have the roof off, I don't know, stick your head out like I did earlier. But yeah, really does look the car. It looks proper cool. But also, when it gets obviously into the really warm days, this bit of the roof actually does come off. It's probably a two-man job to get it off, I'll be honest. There's a couple of bolts just in here. You unscrew it and it just all pops off, but it is so cool. I don't know how many of these you probably see on the road in the UK. But surprisingly, we've obviously a Defender, for example, doesn't get through these doors. This, from a distance, might look wider than one, but it's not. But it looks so cool. Obviously, all the door hinges. It's got loads around the bonnet. It's got. Come have a look at this. So you might have to squeeze down. Look at the size of that. Look at the size of that. Just for comparison, how big it is. It looks absolutely mint. I'm going to show you inside now of what it looks like on the interior. This also might be a car of the week one week, and we'll do a little bit more detailed. But still, like I say, drives nice. It drives like a normal vehicle. It's not like you can get some vehicles that are really agricultural, which can be a bit of a pain, but this isn't. So yeah, really is a part. So if you're in the market for a Jeep Wrangler, you know where to come. So just while we're here as well, we've had this MX-5 in literally like a couple of weeks now. We actually have sold it to the trade. I think just because of what type of vehicle it is, it's such a special one. Like, it's got a little bit dusty in the showroom at the moment, but this colour really does have to be seen to be appreciated. It's also got the white levers on the interior, and it's a hardtop. So it really looks about, but it might be best suited, I don't know, a Mazda main dealer or something like that, because it's mega low mileage as well. So it really does look the part. And also in the previous video, I spoke about the convertibles that we were struggling to sell. Turns out we've actually sold both of them now. So the Z4 that I'm going to show you in the next bit of this video, that's going out tomorrow, which is really good news. And also the MX-5 is going to trade as well. So you might be able to see it in the distance by the side of the building work that's going on next door. But yeah, turns out we can sell convertibles. So these are the two sold cars that we've got going out tomorrow. So we've had a decent-ish week. I think we've done 5 now because Lewis has sold the Transit again today. But yeah, these two stunning motors. So that BMW Z4. So we're selling it for a really close friend of the company. Is the logistics company that we use. It's his personal collection that he's sort of trying to get rid of. So yeah, we've just sold it for him. It's the BMW Z4. It's a 3 litre. It's finished in Alpine white. Got the red leather interior that really looks the part. But it's so low mileage as well. It's so weird. We were struggling with convertibles, and all of a sudden, we've sold them all. So yeah, we'll have a quick look around this one, just while we're here. But like, even just look at the bodywork. Like, the mirrored effect, you don't really get it on white cars, but it really does look the part. Guy is coming from down south for this motor. He's actually deciding to make the journey up. And we're going to pick him up from the train station. But yeah, because like I said, we have customers that will come down from south. They'll jump on the train. It might be a bit cheaper for them. But we do so many distance sales. That's one good thing really about Any Colour Car. There's so many dealerships out there that'll be scared to do distance sales. Obviously not seeing the customer, making sure the car's prepped right. But that's one thing we're not nervous of, because we always prep the cars to the highest of standards. Obviously, we've got the service centre at Stairfoot, making sure all the motors are in tip-top condition. So yeah, we do them all the time. If you're looking for a vehicle getting delivered down south, we've done one to Inverness as well. So yeah, come grab us. Now this customer's a bit more local. They live in Doncaster. Unfortunately, ripped the car off, so they're looking for a new motor. But this one came in as a part exchange. It's got mint service history. The guy who traded it in, he had a M4. He bought an M4 off us, sorry. Lived in Newcastle, a bit of a retirement present for him. But again, this one is absolutely mint. It's got panoramic roof. It's got full black leather interior. Really does look the part, and there's not many motors that'll probably be as fuel efficient as this one. So yeah, there is the most recent soul cars that we've got going out. So story time now. The star of the show, and I really don't know why I've got this Barnsley book because unfortunately the story is not in this book. It's in all our memories. So yeah, about a year ago, we had the nightmare customer. I've never experienced a customer like that before in my sales career, and I'm sure no one else has really come to that level. So what happened is we had a customer, didn't even buy a car from us, came in for a service and booked in a Nissan Navara. So called in the day before, said, right, I want to book in my car for a service. Fantastic. Come in the morning. And then the customer wanted to pick up at night. So that's exactly what happened. So customer came in on the morning, dropped the car off, and then came to collect it at night. All seemed well. We also didn't have the stair foot facility. So all the mechanics were working here. They were in the garage that we've literally just been in where all the sold cars were. And they were prepping it. I was done the service and then left outside, and then they'd gone home, and we was going to hand the car back over to the customer at the night. So yeah, came in and he started screaming and shouting from the start, saying, "You've damaged my vehicle, you've damaged my vehicle." I'm like, right, okay. So I went out with the customer to have a look at what it was. And he, in the nicest possible way, this vehicle was not in the best condition either. It did have quite a lot of scratches all around it. But this scratch was underneath the engine bay. So what he did, he popped the bonnet, and the scratch was literally underneath. And it was also about this long. So yeah, we were going back and forth with that. And then we couldn't really prove whether we'd done it or he'd done it. But one thing that luckily we do is that the mechanics will be constantly filming the vehicles and taking pictures as they're doing the repair work. One, just give you a peace of mind, or the service customer, peace of mind that the job's been doing properly, and also you can see what's been going on. So anyway, yeah, we were going back and forth like, no, you've damaged my vehicle, I demand a free vehicle. So what he was trying to do, he was trying to leave his vehicle with us and take an L200 that we had at the time for free. He didn't want to pay a penny. And obviously we weren't going to do that because we're not in the market to, unfortunately, give vehicles away for free. We do them really good prices, but we're not going to give vehicles away for free because, unfortunately, the lights won't be on. We won't be here because we won't be getting paid. So, yeah, we weren't going to be doing that. So the argument went on for around 3 hours. So we finished at 6. We were here till 9:30 that night, just going back and forth with a customer. Then two other people came out of another vehicle that had dropped them off. The henchmen stood by the doors, blocking us in, being really, really aggressive. There were one that were obviously constantly talking, and then the other two that are just pitching now and again with stupid comments. But yeah, a bit of a scary time, really, because in the nicest possible way, we're all here to sell cars, have fun, make sure the job's done right, and keep the customers happy. And unfortunately, on that day, it was quite the opposite because we had angry customers. And we were worried we were going to get into a fight, but unfortunately, it didn't come to that. Because, like I said, after them 3 hours, we actually called the police. So the police came, and they obviously said their bits, scared them off for that night. They also didn't say they were going to leave it there, and unfortunately, they didn't. So they came back the next day with some different people. Again, there was me, there was John, there was Lewis, and there was Paul that day as well. So then what happened is they came in, they wanted to separate us all. So there was obviously John's the owner. They wanted to put John into his office, have a meeting with him just by himself, and single him out and still try and go on and get this free L200, which they're never going to get. So yeah, instead of the conversation going on for too long, we called the police. And luckily that is the end of it, that we've heard anyway, because it's been a decent amount of time now. But we were so worried the first couple of weeks because obviously we've got loads of vehicles inside, but we don't know what would happen to the outside vehicles, whether they get stones thrown over, damaged, or anything like that. Luckily, nothing happened. But yeah, that's unfortunately what happened with them customers. But yeah, that's what I was saying about the police. So the police were like, yep, no, you can't be doing this. And they were like, oh no, it's a civil matter, blah, blah, blah. What really helps us out in the nicest possible way is because the service that they had booked in for, they didn't pay for, which is obviously they've committed a crime. Then they've left without paying for a service. So yeah, that's what the police officer said to him. Said, if you come back, you are going to get arrested. And luckily, we haven't heard from him. So that was a nightmare customer that we had last year. So that's it for this week's video. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed the stories that we've got, and also we've got more to come. Unfortunately, we had a couple of sticky situations at this place, and like I said, we're more than happy to tell you. So all you need to do, if you do want to hear more stories, or see more cars that we've got in, if you could subscribe, like, comment, do all that stuff, because it means a lot. Trying to go places, and we want you guys to come with us. So yeah, thank you very much for your time.